Welcome, everyone. We are going to have a teaching this morning from a lecture by Guru Ma, and this was published in the Pearl of Wisdom 42, number 4. And then we're also going to have an excerpt from a dictation from which Saint Germain, with the Solar Logoi, came and gave the dictation, and it was delivered on Wednesday, December 30, 1998. So Guru Ma's lecture begins as follows, and she talks about the great honor and dispensation to welcome into our midst the cosmic beings known as the Solar Logoi. The Solar Logoi maintain the tone and the sound of the Logos, or word, that sustains the creation. We are all a part of the vastness of the Solar Logoi, and they are a part of us. It is amazing, Guru Ma said, to contemplate our connection to these great beings. She said, I see the Solar Logoi connected by filigree threads of light to pulsating hearts of devotees throughout the world. In the book, The Masters and the Path, C.W. Ledbetter wrote of the Solar Logoi that they are the mystical seven, the great planetary logoi, who are life centers in the very Logos himself. Those are the true heads of our rays, the heads for the whole solar system, not for our world only. Out through one or other of that mighty seven, every one of us have come, some through one, some through another. And in this particular lecture, Guru Ma then talks about the dispensations. All our dispensations originate from the Solar Logoi, and she's going to give us 7 of the main ones that came from the Solar Logoi. So she says this, she says, we look to the Solar Logoi as the great cosmic teachers at the summit of hierarchy, from whom our dispensations originate. A dispensation, as you know, is a grant of energy that we can use to fulfill our mission and serve others on this planet who need this energy. The dispensations we receive start with the Solar Logoi and move through the Great Cosmic Council to the 4 and 20 elders, to the Lords of Karma, and then to an individual master who delivers them to the disciples. This presence of the Solar Logoi makes us feel that we can rise to those levels of God consciousness and know them ourselves. As you will see, the dispensations of the Solar Logoi are for the advancement of the peoples of Earth. They are opportunities for souls of light to come up higher and accelerate their path. And then Guru Ma says, I would like to quickly list for you as examples 7 of the stupendous dispensations we have received through the intercession of the Solar Logoi. And she's going to review these with us. Now, she also says this before we go into those dispensations. Dispensations do not come without accountability. It's like going to the bank and asking for a loan. The bank will lend you money only if it believes you will use your funds wisely and pay back your loan. The same thing is true when we ask for grants from God. We have to use them wisely. We cannot assume that we will always have these dispensations available to us. In fact, the Solar Logoi have at times withdrawn their offers when energy they granted was misused. And she says we are talking about the entire planetary body of the Earth and every single soul upon this Earth. So you can see that there must have been a number of souls that did not keep up the standard. For instance, at one time, when mankind had used the light of the crystal cord to reach at one time when mankind had used the light of crystal cord to wreak destruction, the Solar Logoi decreed that the crystal cord would be reduced in size. In other words, to limit man's proclivity to do evil, the life force flowing through his crystal cord was reduced. Ignoring the mandates of the solar logoi can result in grave consequences, such as the sinking of the continents of Atlantis and Lemuria. So we start with a dispensation for Sanat Kumara to come to earth. And beloved Guru Maharaj said, we see the greatest dispensation the solar logoi has ever given us as the dispensation for Sanat Kumara to come to earth. In her darkest hour, when all on the planet had lost their devotion to God, Sanat Kumara volunteered to keep the flame of life on earth until some should be quickened and renew their vow to become bearers of the flame. Fortunately, the solar logoi granted his request. It is only because of this dispensation that the people of earth have had the opportunity to evolve, balance their karma, and grow spiritually. Do you ever consider when you walk down the street, let's say in New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles, what percentage of people in these cities have any tie whatsoever to their own mighty I Am presence, or to walking the path or realizing what karma is? And she said, I've often pondered that. The next one was a dispensation of decrees and of the violet flame. And Guru Maharaj said this, she said, in more recent years of our cosmic history, Saint Germain petitioned the solar logoi to release the violet flame to the people of the world. As you know, this is the crucial dispensation for our transition into the Aquarian age. The solar logoi also granted us the dispensation of decrees, the gift of the science of the spoken word. So how many of us think about that? That the very science of the spoken word that we depend on every day is a dispensation, a gift from God. Yet God doesn't give it to us. We have to earn it. Another major dispensation came early in this century, and this was back in the 1999, when Mother delivered this decree or this lecture. So early in that century, back in the 1990s, when the Ascended Masters realized that many souls were being set back at the point of balancing 51% of their karma, we received another major dispensation. And that dispensation was this. When we have balanced 51% of our karma, we face a point of great testing where we must descend into deeper levels of our karma in order to balance the remaining 49%. Sometimes that challenge at the 51% mark causes people to actually create more karma, and they slip backwards and never make it beyond that point. Seeing this dilemma, Saint Germain and other masters appealed to God and received the dispensations through the solar logoi that if need be, we can take our ascension having balanced only 51% of our karma. We then finish balancing our remaining karma from the ascended state. Millions upon millions upon millions of souls could graduate with 51% of their karma balance. So we need to light a torch, many tremendous torches all over the world, to let people know what they must do to move from this planetary home to another one, so that this one can now renew itself. And then the next dispensation was the rod of illumination. In 1975, the solar logoi gave us a dispensation that is offered only once in 10,000 years. To all who have a threefold flame and have allegiance to the light, they gave a gift of an increment of light, a rod of illumination. The solar logoi implanted a rod of yellow diamond light from the great central sun for stepping up of the mind of humanity. The rod was given so that light bearers might have an electrode of cosmic Christ energy, enabling them to increase divine awareness and ultimately attain the restoration of the mind of God. By their free will, light bearers may use this rod to enter a new era and a golden age. The great divine director spoke of this rod in 1988, and he said this: when you receive such an increment, such a rod of light from the solar logoi, you then have a focus of the solar logoi that is pulsating at all times within the force field of your brain, with which focus is part of and one with the crown chakra. You may call for that focus to be amplified within you so that you may intensify the action of golden Christ illumination through your own chakra. This is a very important dispensation. God gave this to us and gave it to us in the last quarter of the 20th century so people could understand the teachings and see the need of the hour. And then another major dispensation was given on December 31st, 1984. Sanat Kumara announced that the solar logoi had placed a new etheric matrix over the earth. Sanat Kumara said, this etheric sheath contains the record and the blueprint of the original divine plan of planet Earth. Thus, the solar logoi bequeaths to the planet a new swaddling garment, a matrix very nigh the heart of God, that all might see and know in their finer bodies, as their own etheric matrix is purified, what is that acceptable destiny for this freedom star, and how can we contribute to it day by day? And that's a question that each one of us can ask ourselves. Now, this etheric sphere, beloved, continues Sanat Kumara, makes vibrant and does intensify the etheric retreats and cities of light. It does activate and make light the chakras, as each one's karma does allow. The opportunity then, beloved, to renew the golden age has never been greater than in this moment. Moment by moment, we can have our victory as long as we are in embodiment. And then the most recent dispensation from the solar logoi came in 1996. And this is the mother's words. She said, on my stump in South America, Saint Germain announced that the solar logoi had given him a special grant. Saint Germain said, I say to you who have gathered here in Santos that I have gone before the solar logoi to request a dispensation whereby the corruptible ones in the earth may be stripped of a certain percentage of the power of God that they have abused. And I announce to you that the solar logoi have accorded me this grant. So something else to keep in our memory. And then Saint Germain gave us a message directly from the solar logoi. It was addressed to the people of Brazil, but it is also a message for every one of us. And here are the words from the solar logoi. Blessed Saint Germain, we espouse your cause and we send through you a message to the people of Brazil. And it is this: prepare this nation, prepare it for yourselves and your children. Prepare it for the coming of the seventh root race, for the nation must rise, and you must not allow compromise in government, in the economy, in education, in religion, or in your personal affairs. It is imperative that you grow in empowerment day by day. Therefore, unclutter your lives so that you may hear and obey the still small voice of your Holy Christ self. Learn to respect the authority of your mighty I Am presence. Obey his commandments. Be humble before your God and your neighbor, and be sure to pass every test the Lord confronts you with. And if you maintain goodwill to all, by and by you will come to know the meaning of God's empowerment in your life. Saint Germain then told all present that they had an opportunity to petition the solar logoi for a grant of assistance. The grant in the form of light would be available to mitigate or avert severe planetary karma. Saint Germain said this: I have been with every one of you since your birth in this life and in many preceding lives. And now I call upon you to come apart and be a separate and chosen people, for I have chosen you. And now the age is turning, and the Solar Logoi are concerned as to how the 20th and the 21st centuries may be outplayed. Most especially are they concerned about the potential for massive cataclysm or world war, or both. In view of these concerns, they have taken a proactive stance and are awarding grants to worthy souls who will not only apply for them, but also make good on them and on their commitment of service to the Great White Brotherhood. Therefore, this is an optimum time for you to apply and receive grants of assistance backed by certain ascended masters who may have close ties to you personally and who are willing to pledge a certain quotient of light to your cause. You may use this light to mitigate or avert what could be the descent of a harsh karma on a planetary scale. Thus, I ask that ere you close your eyes this night, you write a letter addressed to the Solar Logoi in care of the Karmic Board, requesting a specific grant of light to alleviate the plight of your nation, your neighborhood, your family. Seal this letter in an envelope and burn it. The angels will take your letter to the Royal Teton Retreat, where the Lords of Karma regularly convene to deliberate on the fate of humanity. Your letter will be read by the Lords of Karma as soon as it is delivered, and they will evaluate it and make their recommendations according to the merit of your live stream and the merit of the grant you are requesting. They will then forward your letter to the Solar Logoi, who will make the final decision concerning your application for a grant. This is a major dispensation, and I urge you to take advantage of it without delay. And if you would like to read more about that dictation in which beloved Saint Germain brought the dispensation from the Solar Logoi, you can refer to it in Pearls of Wisdom, volume 39, number 17. Now, those were Saint Germain's words in March 1996, and it was published in Pearls of Wisdom, volume 39, number 17. And then Mother continues here, and she says, I believe that each of us must take these words to heart in this hour. There is no question that we as individuals and as a planet will be facing major challenges as we prepare to enter the new millennium. Now, keep in mind that this was a lecture given in December, so it was close to the turning of the year. And even though we are not close to the turning of the year, we're in the middle of the year, I would say we definitely want to take these words to heart, because we are facing major challenges in our world today. Now, continuing with Mother's words, she says, what we do individually will make a difference. Make no mistake about it. Therefore, as you contemplate your Karmic Board letters, I urge you to go into your heart and ask your Holy Christ Self for guidance as to what dispensations you should ask for of the Solar Logoi. And please contemplate what you are willing to do to guarantee the dispensation you are asking for. And then Guru Ma continues, he says, I think one of our greatest needs is equilibrium or balance. This is our time to plead our case before the courts of heaven. So let us do so wisely and swiftly. As we do, let us together keep this visualization before us. And this is the visualization. The Solar Logoi connected by filigree threads of light to pulsating hearts of devotees throughout the world for the victory of Earth. Now we're going to turn to Saint Germain's dictation, part of the dictation, and this comes from volume 42, number 5. Saint Germain says, as the worlds are turning, Know that within your heart, truth will appear, will be made known, and will bring you to the highest levels of your mighty God presence. Saint Germain says, I have come in the very presence of the beloved. Sorry, this is the solar logoi. They have come in the very presence of Saint Germain and all who are about this company. We are determined that all who have reached and reached again for the star of the solar logoi shall have it. May you understand then the very depths of your being. May you know right from wrong. May you enter into the purest manifestation of your heart flame, and let the threefold flame of your heart and the white fire of the Divine Mother caress you through your days and through your nights, whether you are burdened or uplifted. The millennia is before you. The doors will open. So, beloved, know that as the millennium is before you, and we are now in that millennia, doors will open. They must, for it is the decree of the Lords of Karma who have gone before you. Know this, beloved. Know the tremendous determination of the hosts of the Lord who move across the Pleiades and beyond. Know this, beloved, that individually, one by one, the stars, your star, shines brightly wherever it may be, close by in the heart of the little child or far across the galaxy. This is the moment when I, Saint Germain, and many great beings of light may come to you and bring to you and allow you to experience that wondrous merging of the inner life. That merging, beloved, is a strength. It is the strength of Hercules and Amazonia and of all the Elohim of God. May you then revere and understand and know how that which is of God within you is magnified beyond all proportion to that which is not. I'm going to read that just one more time. May you then revere and understand and know how that which is of God within you is magnified beyond all proportion to that which is not. And thus you can realize as you pray, as you have devoutness of being, that you may come to the moment of knowing that you are at once in the heart of the Logos and in the heart of the earth. Blessed ones, then know that we must bring many, many, many souls into captivity, for they do not want, they do not desire the true path of the teachings. I am Saint Germain. I'm here to be with you. I am here to transfer to you your mantle of glory. For that mantle of glory must be your own, and you may have it, beloved, surely, as I tell you, through your holy Christ self. Now then, beloved, as you reach for the stars and contemplate other worlds, as you know that you have seen these beings, yet you have not quite understood how to grasp the entering in to the vastness of solar life, this then is what you are looking for, beloved. Caress this love of God through Helios and Vesta. Enter in and know that all of us who serve the great beings of light also serve you. For when you serve the beings of light, all of heaven also makes contact with you. The messenger surely can teach you this, even as I have taught you. There comes a time in a day and an hour of your life when you come to the realization that a portion of yourself has moved Godward, and a part of yourself is now part of God as never before in aeons long ago or in future aeons envisioned. Know then that though there may be princes in the earth, though there be tremendous souls of light in the earth, those of you who are marching on will seal your oneness and never look back, pausing only to pick up your children and say, glory, 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 the Lord is coming, the Lord is coming, the Lord is coming. Therefore, beloved, it is truly the hour and the day and the moment when the souls of sacred fire, the saints themselves, shall know, shall manifest, shall have that oneness that you crave, that you are determined to have, that you know you want above all else. Now, beloved, take care of the children, take care of the little ones, take care of those who know not what they do, but must know what they do. Yes, beloved, in these hours of our moving toward the Pleiades and throughout the cosmos, know that your mighty I Am presence is with you, and that mighty I Am presence can be with every single wondrous soul throughout the planetary body. Therefore, precious ones, make calls for the little children, calls for the light bearers, and let the power of the light bind all darkness in the earth, for it has no right to be here and must therefore be bound and cast into the sacred fire. This I decree. I am Saint Germain, and I come because so many of you also come and supported your messenger in times of burden and in times of victory. Blessed hearts, know then that all the ascended and unascended masters are grateful for the cause that you have upheld and continued to uphold. Now then, beloved, go marching on to victory and do not allow even one little one to lose his soul. In the name of the Blessed Mother, in the name of Mary and Kuan Yin, I stand with you, beloved, and I will never leave you ever, ever again, beloved, for truly this is the dispensation of the solar Logoi.